All right, welcome, everybody. We have an amazing roster today. We have two guests that I am so super excited to have. This is like having Hall & Oates join us back on the reunion tour. We have Jeff Pitch from Remo 3 and Christian Riley from Citrix joining us. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Christian Riley, Vice President of Technology Strategy here at Citrix, and today I join you from the Cambridge office here in the United Kingdom.
Hi, I'm Jeff Pitch, and I am the field CTO for Remo 3, coming live from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Thank you, Sean. Great to be here. Great to see you, Jeff.
Yeah, you too, Christian. I'm kind of disappointed though that you went with Hall & Oates and not like legendary Simon and Garfunkel or something.
Well, you're not old enough for Simon and Garfunkel. You're barely old enough for Hall & Oates.
I wish I wasn't old enough for Simon and Garfunkel.
Christian, we're going to start off with you. A softball question to you because I want to talk about something that happened recently. Citrix hosted a Launchpad event, and I was hoping to get your input on that. It was the Cloud Launchpad, so tell us all about that.
Yeah, well, it's great, Sean. You know, the whole premise behind the Launchpad is really, and what we call an announcement series. You know, everybody's kind of super tired of sitting through remote conferences and that kind of thing. And you know, we thought what we'd do is break this up into three things, right? So there's a cloud one. And the first one, of course, as you mentioned, was around cloud. And that was primarily focused on, you know, one of our key areas, which is accelerated IT modernization. And in the cloud one, which I'm sure people can catch up on, we kind of unveiled a lot of our latest innovations around desktop as a service, around app delivery and security. And really, they were focused on helping customers understand some of the evolutions within Citrix of the products and services that really helped to reduce complexity, helping to combat, you know, some of the things that we've seen come post-pandemic.
Sounds like an amazing event, and I'm glad that to have that recap. And that kind of feeds me into our guest from Remo 3, Jeff, because Remo 3 has some value prop and value prop for our joint customers, kind of related to what Christian was just telling us about. Tell us more about this Remo 3.
Yeah, so with Remo 3, what we do is we automate testing of applications. And typically what we see is you know, people do a lot of testing during migrations. So like right now, you could be going from 2019 to 2022. You could be going from on-prem into cloud. You could be going hybrid. You could be going virtual desktop. And the question is always, is the application going to work going from one operating system to another? We automate that process to help you decide, you know, one, not just is it going to work, but what might be the best way to deliver that application from on-prem, from in the cloud. Maybe it works better. You know, we even give you some performance metrics so you can kind of make those decisions. The other side of it is, and this is, you know, a big part, I think, you know, a lot of people would love to do, but they simply don't because it's time consuming, is testing Patch Tuesday updates, testing your applications against Patch Tuesday updates to see if they're still going to work.
So no longer, I mean, we've all been in that environment where you kind of look into, yes, this is my crystal ball, where you look into your crystal ball and wonder, is this update, is this application going to run well on this platform and that modernization that we happen to be going through? But it sounds like we've Remo 3, I'm not guessing anymore. I'm using more empirical data to find that out. And I think we've all been there on the production rollout of these patches and updates. But you know, that was thrilling. That was exciting. That kept the blood pumping. But I understand if people want to take a more pragmatic approach to it. So Jeff, tell me how Remo 3 actually integrates with Citrix then.
Yeah, so with Citrix, and you know, like I said, you've got migrations into the cloud. You have updates, whether it's Citrix updates, it's application updates, it's operating system updates. Really what we're doing is helping you make the decision on which workspace your apps can be delivered, and even help you with, like you said, intelligence, data driven metrics, and you can make that decision about where is it best going to work within your Citrix environment.
Christian, that brings me back to you, man, is that you're out there, you're talking to a lot of customers, you meet with them either face to face or now, virtually. But from those customers that you talk to, what challenges or use cases are you seeing that's something that like Remo 3 could help with?
Some of the things that Remo brings to the party around, automation and making sure that there is deep, intelligence around making these decisions for cloud readiness. I think it's, super important that folks understand that this is really a kind of a force multiplier for some of those strategies that we see that are often, kind of just bogged down by boat anchors of the past. And so, really excited to see what the Remo guys do. It's pretty second nature to me, having come from that world. And as you say, talking to other customers about, what holds them back. And more often than not, it's applications, because they're the lifeblood of the business. And, as you alluded to before, nobody wants them to break. So I think it's great what the guys are doing.
Now, Christian, I have to take issue with one of the things you said, that there's no glamour in application testing, because this body was built by app testing and patch Tuesday.
Well, I can tell you something.
If that's not
I tell you, man, I guarantee you, if Remo 3 had been out in the 90s, we would all look much younger.
But Jeff, that brings me to you, my friend, is that if I'm not mistaken, and I often am, as Christian will tell you, Remo 3 is now Citrix Ready verified and even listed in the Citrix Ready marketplace. I mean, that's a great accomplishment. Tell me more about that. What's involved in that, and what does it mean to customers?
I think what it boils down to, what it means to customers, is that we're not going to break your Citrix environment by working with Remo 3. That's the big thing right there. We've been verified. The product does what it's supposed to, and you can move forward with confidence. And the joint thing there is that whatever you're going to do within your Citrix environment, you can be confident your applications will behave the way they're supposed to.
That production day test is, we're all too familiar with that. And we're all too familiar with the red light of the phone calls that come in. But now, Jeff, so I'm getting the wrap up signal from my executive producer here. But we have a listener out there in Sheboygan, Michigan, just in love with Remo 3. What's our call to action? Where are we sending that person to?
Remo 3 site, where we have a blog that goes a little more in depth into all of this. And we do have a survey that we would love for people to take. We will supply that link. It'll be within the blog and whatnot. And yeah, we invite everybody to check out this technology.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Citrix on the Ready Marketplace, if you look for Remo 3, you'll find Remo 3 there. And like you said, there's the Remo 3 website and the blog series that is going out. It's just a plethora of information for people who want to know more about Citrix Ready partners. And then also, of course, Christian, like you mentioned, we have the Launchpad series that people can tune into on demand. So if you're not watching, what are you doing? All right, everybody, until next time, we'll hope to have guests as good as Jeff and Christian, but that's a high mark to meet. But we'll talk to you soon. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.